Here we go. Thank you, Jerry Jones. I had a great time. Thank you. I'm going to exit the building now. Like a loser.
House that Jerry Jones built?
It's a house for losers.
Yep.
Charles Haley was 100% right. This, friends, is a house for losers.
Pretty much.
We suck. We suck. But I had a great trip.
Here we go. Well, good morning, good people and Eagle fans. I would say hello to the 49er fans, but they don't show up anymore. They're down here suffering almost as bad as the Dallas Cowboys. At least I can say there weren't expectations because the Cowboys didn't do shit for them to be a good team. San Francisco, you were in the Super Bowl last year, so what's your excuse? That's right. I am trying to make myself feel better by trying to make somebody else feel worse. And I'm okay with that because that's all we got right now with the Dallas Cowboys. And shout out to BetUS. BetUS, of course, is sponsoring this video. Remember to use the promo code YouTube150 so that way you can get your matching deposit of 150% on your first 3 deposits. And that would be the only money that I would use on the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys, we are in the depths of literally hell right now. It is getting to be the point of, it's comical. Everybody is just literally going, ha ha, laughing at us. And I can't say I blame them. This afternoon, of course, I'll be doing the Dan Saleo show where I'm the class clown. I should probably just get a clown mask because that's all that's all we're good for. We're just a joke. And the Eagles, of course, are ascending and looking like it's going to be the Eagles versus the Lions in the NFC. And, you know, I have to give them credit for trying to do everything possible to be a good team. I wish I could say the same for the Dallas Cowboys. And here's where we are right now. As we get ready to take on the Washington Commanders, okay? And this is where you literally look and just say, the Dallas Cowboys have no chance in this game. Here's where we are as far as injuries go. Jake Ferguson will be hard-pressed to be available on Sunday. He's in concussion protocol. Zach Martin, who has had a terrible year, and I hope that the last play we don't see is him literally blocking at ghost. Because the last play he played, literally, you literally wanted to cry. You literally wanted to cry seeing Zach Martin and coming to the realization that the Cowboys have failed another great Hall of Fame type player in Zach Martin. Tyler Smith, who's hurt his ankle. And Tyler Guyton, of course, is injured too. So 60% of your starting offensive line when the season started out could potentially be out this week. You've got your backup quarterback, and Brandon Cooks, your number 2 receiver, has been gone because of getting a shot in the knee that ended up being an infection. And you got your backup quarterback, Cooper Rush, who you literally had to have throw the ball 60 times. I don't know that there's any coming back for this season from where we are right now. It is that bad. And how bad it is, I'm going to tell you, this is how bad it is. I went to the Cowboys-Rams preseason game and thought I had a good deal at tickets for $75. Now, I knew that we weren't going to see any starters or anything like that. $75. Here's how rock bottom the Cowboys are right now. Oh, wrong one. Let's see. The Cowboys, let me switch this over here. Take a look at this. This is unbelievable to me that right now, if you want to go to a Dallas Cowboy game, the Monday night game against the Cincinnati Bengals, upper level seats are starting at $27, and that they are literally lower level end zone seats right now at $149. Oh, I'm sorry. There's one lower level end zone, $145. That 50-yard line seats, lower level, for $375. It's crazy because when I looked at tickets with Game Time Brian, originally, we were looking at going to the game and everybody was like, man, the ticket prices. Upper level tickets were $375. So Jerry Jones faces the prospect of this stadium being empty and people literally giving away tickets. Now, don't cry for Jerry Jones because most of these are season tickets. He already got their money from those people at full price. The ones that are hurting are the ones that bought those tickets that literally cannot give them away. You got a stadium, much like the Dallas Cowboys, that the sky is falling, that pieces of the roof are coming down. The shine on the Dallas Cowboys is no longer there. Hell, they might as well take the star off the helmet. I can't remember, because it was so long ago, how hopeless I felt in 1989. But I find it hard-pressed to feel worse about this team, because even that team had at least one home win. And now it is literally Micah Parsons. I don't know why we do Micah Parsons, or excuse me, why Micah Parsons does his podcast. I don't know if it's just to set up more, fodder for for the talking heads, because he has literally become the clown show. They're just literally just joking him because it's literally that bad. Yesterday, he said that, we're a good team. We're a good team. And I'm glad that we are where we are so we can start evaluating others and things. I'm sorry, Micah. I don't know how you can take a team that has been blown out the last 6 games at home in historic fashion, okay? You're averaging giving up 37 points a game at home. You can't even claim moral victory. You literally are trying to say, well, we played well, the first, 2 quarters. That's loser talk. That's literally loser talk. And with Diggs on there where he's literally looking like he don't want to be there. And fans don't want to hear you tell us that we're a good team. That's a Jerry Jonesism. What people want to hear is the reality that you are living in reality. We suck. We're sorry. We got to do better. I don't want to hear, well, we're a good team. It's like, what are you on crack? Let's listen to ESPN on this one, because I'm in full agreement. This is how bad it is. I'm in full agreement with ESPN.
We locked down at 20 and in a couple quarters. Before the fourth quarter. We locked them down at 20. What's the number?
About that. How was the play, Mrs. Lincoln?
Diggs didn't co-sign either. Diggs kept frozen faces.
I'll say this, that I think I recognize something in there that, cornerbacks specifically have to have, is that delusional confidence. Because if you can go into work on Wednesday morning thinking we stink, that's real hard. So, if I give up a touchdown, it's real hard to then go back out on the field I'm not going to do it again, unless you delude yourself into believing that. No. So, it's a strategy.
Yep.
Saying it into the microphone is a bad idea.
No.
But you have to, why would you go to work if you're man, we stink, this sucks?
So, in 2016, that's how I knew my career was coming to an end. It was the first time in my life I would go into games, in the pregame, be warming up, look across the field and say, There's no way we're going to win the game. The moment that
We're
that
a joke.
happened, I'm like, oh, it's done. I'm out of here. I'm too logical at this point. So I agree that delusion is necessary, but it also should not be said into a microphone because we can hear you. Those are inner thoughts. Don't get them to us.
Here's the problem. Someone needs to cut Micah's mic. And I'm being dead serious. Because yes, it's not just DBs, it's not just defensive players. Every football player, to do what you guys did, you need to have some level of delusion. Every single snap, every single game, to play this game, you have to be delusional on some level, right? But to say it in the microphone after these types of losses, after you have missed time, after week, you have a podcast that is great, wonderful, I love the content. But to say the types of things like, we're actually a good team. We are literally, like your head coach is hanging by a thread, bro. Like your defense, like you guys are missing pieces. Deron Bland has been missing all season. DeMarcus Lawrence has gone. Your quarterback, all of this. It just blows my mind. Cut the mic because everything that's being said right now sounds crazy.
I disagree.
Read the room. Read the room.
Turn on the mic.
Turn it louder.
Increase the gain. I don't want to miss a word. I appreciate Micah Parsons saying this, and it's fine. Like no one's hurt by this. This is the confidence that I think that you should have.
Let me ask you a serious question though.
Sure.
Because so much is made of the sort of what did you call it, a telenovela that the Cowboys run there, and Jerry Jones likes that and keep us in the conversation even when we're bad. I get all that part of it. But if you're a player on that team, Jeff, I'm looking at you because I sort of know your mentality. And your team is 3-7 and you're getting killed. And you have one of your teammates on a podcast. I'm just going to put this out there. We're a damn good football team. And if it wasn't for the 2 touchdowns we allowed at the beginning and then the other one we allowed at the end, we played 2 pretty good quarters on Monday night. Like, how would you feel about that?
Oh, no, we would have a conversation. You've lost your mind.
Conversation.
Yeah, we can't say that on TV.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, we would.
Let these hands talk.
Yeah, this is it's a level of crazy, right? And I get it. It's like to your point. Everybody's got to get themselves ready to go play. But to Kmart's point, your coach is going to lose his job. Like there's going to be massive, people, not just him, but and I say this not halfway jokingly, but it's facts. When coaches get fired, players get fired.
Yeah.
A lot of his teammates are going to lose their job.
Right.
And
he's not one of those guys.
Yeah,
Right.
He's not that guy. So it's easy to sit in that chair and say those things when you're not worried about what's going on.
Yes.
But everybody else, like the pressure is building for all of them. And these aren't just losses. These are embarrassing losses. And to say that you're a good team after you've been embarrassed the most of any team in NFL, in Dallas franchise history.
Micah misses the context.
Yeah.
I don't know who's...
That is what is most frustrating about listening to him because he doesn't read the room. He doesn't take in the full context of what is happening before him and after him.
The culture of that team is one that we've been critical of.
Right.
And you need a leader, a veteran guy who is going to call people to the carpet. Like I've been in that situation. I've been on both sides and the wrong side of it, where after a loss or after I didn't play well enough, I show up on Wednesday with a smile on my face. Somebody is going to say something.
Absolutely.
To me. Someone's going to confront me. And that's the thing that sets the culture. And when you look at that team, like Dak is hurt and he's not that personality type. Right. Who's the guy on that team that's grabbing people up by their collar and making it real uncomfortable? And like I mentioned, I've been on both sides of that. And that is how you build and sustain a culture, is you hold people accountable. And they don't have that.
The D in Big D stands for disdain.
Delusional at this point. I just don't know where we go from here, man. I just don't know where we go. We are in such bad shape. Of course, this is where the buzzards are just picking every piece of meat off our bones and just having their way with us. There's the whole freight train. And this is where, the old saying goes, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. We always get sold everything about players that are coming to rescue us, okay? I think about how every time there is a coach out there that he's going to be the coach that's coming to the Cowboys, that Jerry Jones is going to fire this guy. We're going to go ahead, we're going to get Urban Meyer. Remember when, it was Urban Meyer, it was Sean Payton. We're going to do this, Sean Payton literally had to tell Mike McCarthy, I'm not coming for your job. We get told about every player that, oh, this is the Cowboys urged to sign this player. Cowboys linked to this player and everything else. The reality is all that is just talk. So now we're linked to Bill Belichick. Oh, my God, Bill Belichick is linked to the Cowboys. You know, Adam Schefter is saying he was seen in Dallas. He had a speaking appointment with the engagement he got paid for. It didn't necessarily have anything to do with the Cowboys in that situation. Hell, John Lynch, shout out to Game Time Brian and Primetime Phil, John Lynch was at the Star the week of the Eagles game. So is John Lynch coming to the Cowboys to be GM? I mean, if we're going to link people, we can physically say he was in the Star. I don't know we can say that about Bill Belichick. You know, there's all these things that, you know, they're good friends. I don't know that Jerry Jones are really that they're good friends, that they're hanging out, you know, in the off season and stuff on Jerry's boat. I don't know that there's really there other than in the ESPN's minds. And then you have Deion Sanders now, of course. You know, we got Michael Irvin, who's now, you know, saying that if Sador is drafted by the Cowboys, then, of course, Deion would coach the Cowboys. Well, you're going to need to be a top 3 pick. You need to be a top 3 pick to get Sador. And you have so many needs. You have so many needs. And, by the way, you have a quarterback that you just signed to a $240 million contract. So there's that. But, again, it's great conversation for everybody to have about the Cowboys. I haven't actually listened to Michael Irvin on with the Colin Cowherd show. I'm going to listen to it just a little bit because I think he this is his new thing where he's going, you know, places and selling Deion Sanders to the Cowboys. This is the thing. This is the problem for the Cowboys is they're looking for Dak Prescott to be the savior and to make up for everything else that's going on. You know, you got your backup quarterback having to throw 60 passes to try and win a game. What that says is your game plan is not good. You don't have the dogs in the fight. You can make Mike McCarthy the fall guy all you want, but you gave him limited resources that can't stay on the field. And when you're going to guys who literally were out of football for a couple of years and signing them, USFL guys that played a season and now they're playing in the NFL that, you know, really didn't have a chance to really recover, and a bunch of rookies, this is what you get. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is. You can't protect them with the offensive line that you have. And so, yes, we are a joke. But, of course, Micah Parsons is telling us we're a good team. We're a good team. So I couldn't even – yesterday I started watching the podcast, and after about 12 minutes, I just had to stop. It's just like I just can't. It's not watchable when you literally see your team that's been destroyed, and they're smiling and laughing and joking and saying we're a good team. Come on, man. We are so far from being a good team. What I need for everybody to do that's in Cowboys is just
shut the fuck up. Shut all the way the fuck up until you reach the top of Shut Fuck Mountain where there are no more fuck ups to